I'm here in this 1,000-year-old town called Ciqikou. But first, let you see where I stay for the night. This is the room tour. There is an European-style lamp, a queen-size bed, a voice-activated Bluetooth curtain and light controller, a movie projector and a movie screen, a sofa, a bathtub, and luxury toiletries. Guess how much I paid for this hotel in Chongqing, all for just 88 Chinese yuan. I thought I had it all figured out. I installed all the must-have apps, Alipay, WeChat Pay, link them to my credit card. This is just a series of applications that I've downloaded. I also changed a small amount of local currency just in case. And now, I'm off to China, to Chongqing, one of the world's most breathtaking cyberpunk cities. But despite my careful planning, none of my e-wallets work. Alipay, WeChat Pay, blocked. And my international credit cards, those cannot be used in China. And I'm stuck in China with just 300 Singapore dollars, about 1,500 yuan for the next 6 days. Come see how I stretch every dollar, survive and thrive in this surreal city of lights, Chongqing. Now I'm embarking on my next journey to Ciqikou. So first of all, I need to go to railway number 10, which is here. After making a 2-day 1-night side trip to Wulong, instead of going straight into Chongqing city center, I'm on my way to visit Ciqikou, which is located just 15 kilometers west of Chongqing city. While most people might do Ciqikou as a side trip, I decided to stay here for 1 night before moving into Chongqing. I booked myself a hotel room just outside the Ciqikou Old Town, which is a less than 5-minute walking distance from the subway station. For 88 Chinese yuan, which is about 12 USD, I am shocked when I see my room. It is a hotel suite complete with a movie system and even a bathtub. I am so satisfied. What can I say? I could have spent the rest of the evening soaking up in the bathtub in this newfound luxury, but I choose to go to Ciqikou Old Town, which is just across the street where my hotel is located. Ciqikou at night is a visual delight. The 1,000-year-old ancient town transformed itself into a glowing maze of red lanterns, warmly lit alley, and lively shopfronts. As the warm street light shines, the old-style architecture, wooden balconies, and cobble streets are bathed in golden hues. This creates a magical, almost theatrical atmosphere that draws both tourists and locals. The reflection from the lanterns and signage on the stone-paved path adds a nostalgic glow that feels both romantic and bustling. However, during my visit, I find that Ciqikou at night surprises me with its unexpected stillness. While I've yet to see what daylight brings, after 9 p.m., this ancient town sees its crowd empties out almost dramatically. The once crowded alleys become calm and hushed, with only the soft glow of the red lantern and dim shops lights lighting the narrow streets. I hear the occasional footstep echo of stone walls or the distant sound of someone packing up their stores. But otherwise, it is peacefully quiet. The quiet side of Ciqikou reveals a completely different mood. One that feels almost poetic. Without the tourist bus, I can actually appreciate the architecture, the fading scent of the street food, and the tranquil rhythm of local life winding down. That is one of the reasons why I like to visit old towns at night rather than during daytime when the crowd is thick. I have the entire lane to myself. It is the perfect time for a slow stroll, reflection, or capturing atmosphere night shots without the crowd. Ciqikou is certainly a place that feels overly commercial by day but transforms itself into something mysteriously beautiful after dark. After 9 p.m., the crowd vanished. Shops began to close. A harsh calm descends, leaving the ancient town eerily tranquil. I would expect Ciqikou to be very commercialized during daytime, but that is something I would know tomorrow morning. All I see is the glow from the lantern and the raw building itself, where the red lantern combined with the soft lights and the occasion classical music playing from the closed shops turn Ciqikou into a dreamlike setting. I can stroll undisturbed, soaking in the charm of its architecture. Without distraction from the crowd and noises, I notice details. Old walls, faded paint, tree roots with entwining stone foundation. It is this quiet moment that the soul of Ciqikou peeks through. By the time I'm done, it's almost 11 p.m. and most restaurants are closed for the day. I ended up at a tiny hole-in-the-wall restaurant near my hotel. I ordered a bowl of chao shou, which is spicy dumpling soup, for 16 Chinese yuan. The dumplings were okay, but the MSG filled broth keep me thirsty all night.
The next day.
Good morning from Ciqikou, Chongqing Old Town. So I just woke up from the hotel right behind me, which is over there. Now this is where the Old Town is located. So I'm here to take a walk around the Old Town before checking out and leave this place. So this is Ciqikou. This is Ciqikou during daytime. I want to get a flair of how Ciqikou turns out during daytime and see how different it is from nighttime. After all, Ciqikou has been around for more than 1,000 years and is reputed as Little Chongqing among the tourists. As such, I want to get a flavor of what Little Chongqing before seeing the real Chongqing itself later. I set off and entered Ciqikou early in the morning, well before the crowd from Chongqing descend upon this place. This is the most peaceful time of the entire day, where the shops are preparing to start business. There are very few tourists around still. What I can see are shops trying to prepare for their business. Their goods are laid on the shop shelf itself and the food in full preparation in anticipation of the hordes of tourists later during the day. The Chinese people are known to be super hardworking. Such early time, I see many of the stores already fully prepared, trying to receive the first wave of their customers. Ciqikou Ancient Town has 12 streets in total, and most of the architecture on the streets were built in the Ming and Qing era. And many of the street roads are paved with cobblestones. Delicate specialty stores, feature snack stores, and old-style tea houses can be seen all over the town. To be frank, I am not too keen in the reconstructed commercialized shop scenes here. All I want to see is the old Chongqing charm, manifested in the ancient town of Ciqikou. As such, I walk quickly and whiz through the shops. And walk all the way towards the river. Yinglong Men, or Welcoming Dragon Gate, is a significant historical landmark in Ciqikou Ancient Town, Chongqing, serving as one of the main entrances to the century-old riverside settlement. Yinglong Men stands as both a symbolic and functional gateway, marking the transition from the modern city into the preserved charm of Old Chongqing. That is precisely what I'm here for. Back in the ancient time, this port here catapulted Ciqikou to be a transportation hub and a famous business city. Despite the modern structure added in the last decade or so, there are still some bits and pieces of Old Chongqing found here, especially the watermark. Visitors to Chongqing can observe the watermark on buildings and walls, indicating past flood levels of the Jialing River. Yes, Ciqikou is commercialized, but if you slow down, look past the shop front and pay attention to the small details, I must admit I stumbled upon Baolun Temple. The Baolun Temple, nested within Ciqikou Ancient Town, is a historical Buddhist sanctuary with a rich heritage spanning over 1,500 years. Admittedly, it is a tough climb up to the temple, given the unique hillside terrain of Chongqing itself. I must have climbed more than 5-story high up to reach the temple ground itself. Baolun Temple is renowned for its traditional Chinese architecture design, notably constructed without the use of a single nail. That bears testament to the ancient building techniques. And of course, from the high vantage point, I can see the Jialing River and the building beyond its shores. I venture deeper into Ciqikou, determined to get myself lost inside this old town. I find that as I go deeper, the buildings here get more authentic. Granted, there are lesser business activities inside there. No tourist will be sane enough to walk so deep in there. I stopped by a unique shop selling grilled corn and tapioca from one of the grilling boxes. This grill box is definitely not historical, but I must say, it must be the same age as me or older. I have yet to see this contraption in those fast turnaround shops outside. I really have my full admiration in such shops, selling slow food of cheap stuff. I forgot how much one piece of corn is sold.
一个就够了，一个就够了。为什么两个？
放两个吧，要放了。
哦，好，在这边吃，谢谢啊。
多开一点点了。
好的。
And that I have to wait at least 10 minutes for each piece as the store owner carefully grill it inside this big old oven. By the time I start to get out of the labyrinth of this Ciqikou Ancient Town, it must be close to noontime. That is when the tourist crowd begins to stream in. That is when the store promoters began to work full swing. Where the tour buses roll in, tourists pour into the main streets. And the quiet town transforms itself into a marketplace buzzing with energy.
来，往里面走，大姐，怀开豆腐。
鱿鱼啊，天板鱿鱼作为牛筋。
来，这边来尝味的啊，来吧，这边可以香。现场我想要看表演，明代老鼓楼、老七楼，看变脸吐火吧，我名字都有。
By now, the shops are fully open when vendors are in full swing, handing out samples, calling out prices, and engaging in theatrical selling. The aroma of grilled skewers, herbal tea, and fried snacks fills the air. Such highly commercialized scene is not really my cup of tea. I do have a mild fear of bumping into too many people. And the loudspeaker announcements jostling people and queues at famous stores do not help at all. Ciqikou in the early morning feels like stepping back in time. By late morning, I can't help but to feel that I'm fully back in the 21st century China. Fast, crowded, and hyper-commercialized. If you have time, try to see both. It's a tale of two cities, just hours apart. To end this vlog, I hunted down Chongqing legendary Baolun Mian, or stew noodles. Traditionally eaten while squatting on stools by the streets, I find a place still serving the humble dishes.
川菜吧，川菜牛肉丝，
酸菜肉丝，
给我2两。
要辣椒不？
啊，是微辣。
微辣啊。
好。
酸菜肉丝2两微辣。
Except that it is not eaten while squatting on stools, but rather in proper table and chairs. Here in China, one would order their noodles in terms of the unit of measure liang. A 2两 noodle is the medium-sized noodle in China term, but for people in Singapore, it's more like a large serving. The taste of the noodle is solid. The noodle is bathed in spicy mala taste, swimming inside a deep savory broth. And at a liang serving, which is equivalent to a medium to large serving, This bowl of noodle was just more than enough.
I've now checked out from Ciqikou, heading to my next destination, Chongqing.
Fresh from the fiery mala in my taste bud, I am leaving Ciqikou. Let me have a final look at the Ciqikou from the train station again. If you enjoyed this vlog, give me a like, share it with your travel buddies, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories from the lesser known corner of Asia. And until next time, travel slow, eat well, and stay curious.